Dr. Alina, have you ever looked at an old friend you haven't seen in 20 years and thought, what happened? Not in a cruel way, but in a genuinely curious way, because you both started at the same place. You grew up in the same town, ate at the same diners, maybe even worked the same summer jobs. Your lives ran on parallel tracks, but now, 2 decades later, the tracks have diverged. One of you seems to have found a secret map, navigating the years with grace, energy, and vitality. The other, well, the years haven't been as kind. What if I told you it wasn't just genetics? What if it wasn't just luck? What if a significant part of that divergence, that hidden map, is sitting in your pantry right now? What if the very foods you consider harmless, even healthy, are secretly accelerating the clock on your cells, your joints, and your brain? Stay with me, because today, we're not just talking about the usual suspects like sugar and fried food. We're going deep undercover. We're exposing the 6 hidden foods that speed up aging after 60. These are the foods that wear a clever disguise, and by the end of this story, you'll know exactly how to spot them. Let me tell you a story about a patient of mine. We'll call him Arthur. Arthur is 68, a retired engineer, sharp as a tack, but he came to me feeling, well, old. His knees ached with a stiffness that made his morning walk a chore. His mind, once a steel trap for complex equations, now fumbled for names and dates. He told me, "Oh, Doc, I feel like I'm falling apart. I'm eating the same things I always have, I just don't understand it." Arthur, like so many of us, believed that aging was a predetermined slope. You just get on and slide down, but I knew better. Aging isn't a slope. It's a series of choices, and every bite of food is one of those choices. We decided to play detective. We went through his diet with a fine-tooth comb. He wasn't living on soda and donuts. He ate healthy whole wheat toast for breakfast. He had a low-fat yogurt parfait for a snack. He used heart-healthy margarine on his vegetables. He'd even switched to diet soda years ago to cut calories. Can you see it? The hidden culprits? Arthur couldn't. It took 3 months of subtle changes, of swapping out these hidden aging accelerators for their anti-aging counterparts. And the Arthur that walked into my office after those 3 months was a different man. The stiffness wasn't gone, but it was manageable. The brain fog had lifted. He had a spring in his step. He'd found a new hobby, woodworking. He told me he felt like he'd gotten a part of himself back. What did we change? We exposed the 6 hidden foods. Dr. Alina. These aren't foods that just add a few calories. These are foods that directly fuel the 4 fundamental processes of aging: inflammation, glycation, oxidative stress, and insulin resistance. They are the saboteurs of your golden years. And the first one on our list is a master of disguise. Hidden food. 1. Refined carbohydrates, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Here's the thing. We've been told to eat whole grains, and that's good advice in theory. But the food industry has become incredibly clever. That whole wheat bread that feels soft and pillowy, that multi-grain cracker, that healthy breakfast cereal, they are often heavily processed. The moment you eat them, they behave almost identically to pure sugar in your body. They cause a rapid spike in your blood glucose. Now imagine this glucose surge flooding your bloodstream. It's like a tidal wave of tiny, sticky particles. This process has a name: glycation. These sugar molecules stick to precious proteins in your body, proteins like collagen and elastin. These are the very proteins that keep your skin springy, youthful, and wrinkle-free. Glycation cross-links these proteins, making them stiff, brittle, and ineffective. The result? Wrinkles, sagging skin, and a loss of that youthful glow. We call these cross-linked proteins AGEs, advanced glycation end products. And they are aptly named, but it's not just your skin. This inflammation and glycation attack your joints, contributing to arthritis. They attack the lining of your blood vessels, contributing to heart disease. They create oxidative stress that damages your cells. And for your brain? This constant sugar roller coaster is a nightmare, contributing to brain fog and cognitive decline. Arthur's healthy whole wheat toast was often just refined flour with a little bran added back in, spiking his blood sugar first thing in the morning and setting him up for a day of energy crashes and cellular damage. Hidden food number 2. Low-fat and fat-free dairy products, the great imposter. For decades we were told that fat was the enemy, so the food industry did what it does best. It removed the fat. But there was a huge problem. Remove the fat from yogurt, and you're left with a sad, tart, watery substance that tastes like chalk. Nobody would buy that. So what did they do? They loaded it up with sugar, artificial sweeteners, and thickeners to make it palatable. They solved a fat problem by creating a sugar problem. But the tragedy is deeper than that. When you remove the fat, you also remove the fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, A, and K2, which are crucial for bone health, immune function, and calcium regulation. You're left with a product that is often less nutritious and more harmful than its full-fat counterpart. The healthy fats in dairy are satiating. They help you feel full. They don't spike your blood sugar. That low-fat fruit on the bottom yogurt Arthur was eating had more sugar than a candy bar. It was a double whammy, devoid of crucial nutrients and loaded with a sugar bomb that fueled inflammation and glycation. Your body needs healthy fats, especially after 60, for brain health, hormone production, and absorbing nutrients. Don't fear the fat. Fear what they replace it with. This is perhaps the most hidden and most dangerous item on our list. These are oils like soybean, corn, canola, sunflower, and safflower oil. They are everywhere. They're in your salad dressings, your mayonnaise, your packaged snacks, your restaurant fried foods, and even your healthy granola bars. Why are they so problematic? It comes down to their fatty acid structure. These oils are excessively high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, our bodies need a small amount of omega-6s, but we also need omega-3s, found in fish, walnuts, flax seeds. The problem is our modern diet has created a drastic imbalance, a ratio of maybe 20.1 in favor of omega-6s, when it should be closer to 1.1 or 4.1. This extreme excess of omega-6s is like pouring gasoline on the fire of chronic inflammation. This systemic inflammation is the root cause of nearly every age-related disease: arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. It attacks your body from the inside out, silently aging you faster. These oils are also highly unstable. They oxidize easily when exposed to heat and light, forming free radicals that cause massive oxidative damage to your cells, literally rusting you from the inside. That bottle of vegetable oil in your cupboard? If it's not driving inflammation, it's probably oxidizing and creating free radicals. Arthur wasn't drinking this stuff, but it was hidden in almost every packaged food he ate and every restaurant meal he enjoyed. Hidden food, GER 4. Well done. Uncharred meats, the cellular saboteur. I can hear the grill masters groaning. I love a good barbecue too. But we need to talk about what happens when we cook meat at very high temperatures until it's well done or charred. When animal muscle, meat, beef, poultry, fish is cooked at high temperatures, a reaction occurs between the amino acids and creatine in the meat. This reaction creates a class of compounds called heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These compounds are not your friends. Extensive studies have shown that HCAs and PAHs are mutagenic, meaning they cause changes in DNA that can increase the risk of certain cancers. But on a smaller daily scale, they create significant oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. They force your liver and your antioxidant defense systems to work overtime to neutralize these harmful compounds, diverting resources from other vital repair processes. Every time you eat that blackened, charred piece of meat, you are ingesting a dose of these pro-aging inflammatory chemicals. It's not about avoiding meat, it's about how you cook it. Arthur loved his weekly grilled steak, but he loved it Pittsburgh rare, charred on the outside, cool on the inside. We had to change his cooking methods to protect his cells. Hidden food number 5. Artificial sweeteners, the trickster. But I switched to diet soda to avoid sugar, Arthur told me. This is one of the most common and well-intentioned mistakes. The logic seems sound. Cut sugar, cut calories, lose weight, improve health. But your body is not a simple calculator. It's a complex, intricate biological system. Studies are increasingly showing that artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin can wreak havoc on your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that govern your immune system, your metabolism, and even your mood. An imbalance in gut bacteria is directly linked to increased inflammation and poorer metabolic health. Furthermore, by tricking your taste buds with intense sweetness without providing the expected calories, artificial sweeteners can disrupt your body's natural hunger and satiety signals, potentially leading to overeating later. They can also keep your sweet tooth alive and well, making you crave more sweet foods overall. For many, the perceived healthy swap of diet soda for regular soda has no net benefit and may even be driving metabolic dysfunction and inflammation from the gut upward. Hidden food. 6. High-sodium processed foods, the silent swell. This one seems obvious, but its mechanisms are more hidden than you think. We're not just talking about high blood pressure here, though that's a huge part of it. Sodium is hidden in enormous quantities in processed foods, canned soups, sauces, frozen dinners, chips, and especially cured meats like salami, ham, and bacon. Excess sodium causes your body to retain water. This leads to puffiness, bloating, and swelling, not a youthful look. But this fluid retention isn't just cosmetic. It puts extra pressure on your blood vessels, forcing your heart to work harder and raising your blood pressure. High blood pressure is a silent killer, damaging your blood vessels, your kidneys, and your brain over time, increasing your risk of stroke and heart attack. This constant pressure is incredibly aging to your entire cardiovascular system. Furthermore, many of these high-sodium processed foods are also low in potassium. The sodium-potassium balance is critical for healthy cellular function, nerve signaling, and fluid balance. By eating high-sodium, low-potassium foods, you're throwing this delicate balance completely out of whack, accelerating cellular aging. Arthur's occasional salami sandwich and canned soup lunches were delivering a massive aging sodium punch, without the balancing potassium he'd get from whole foods like avocados, spinach, and bananas. Dr. Alina. So there they are. The 6 hidden saboteurs: refined carbs, low-fat dairy, industrial seed oils, charred meats, artificial sweeteners, and high-sodium processed foods. Looking at that list, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like there's nothing left to eat. But that is absolutely not the case. Remember Arthur's story. This isn't a story of deprivation, it's a story of transformation. It's about swapping the saboteurs for their superhero counterparts. Instead of refined carbs, choose true whole grains like quinoa, oats, or small portions of sourdough. Their fiber blunts the blood sugar spike, Instead of low-fat dairy, enjoy full-fat Greek yogurt, unsweetened, or kefir. The fat will keep you full and happy. Instead of industrial seed oils, cook with stable fats like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, or even butter. Instead of charred meats, embrace slower, moist cooking methods like braising, stewing, or poaching. If you must marinate your meat, it can reduce HCA formation. And avoid charring. Instead of artificial sweeteners, try small amounts of raw honey, maple syrup, or if you need a zero-calorie option, consider natural options like monk fruit or stevia in moderation. Instead of high-sodium processed foods, become a label reader. Cook from scratch when you can, and flavor your food with herbs, spices, lemon juice, and vinegar. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about making better choices more often. Every time you choose one of the anti-aging foods, you are making a deposit into your health bank account. You are fighting inflammation. You are protecting your cells. You are preserving your brain, and you are choosing a different path on that map, the path that Arthur found. You have more control over your vitality in your 60s, 70s, and beyond than you have been led to believe. It starts in your kitchen. It starts with your next meal. So I'll leave you with the same question I started with. What's in your pantry? With that said, thanks for watching and subscribe until next time.